It started with a shaky cell phone video, one that would later break the internet. A little girl, maybe 8 or 9 years old, stood outside a school gate clutching her torn backpack. Her cheek was swollen, a dark bruise creeping under her left eye. Kids whispered. Teachers passed her by. Then she looked straight into the camera, her voice trembling but clear as crystal. "Can someone please be my dad?" she said. "Please, just for one day." That video didn't go to the police first. It went viral, and somehow, it found its way to a private biker group chat belonging to the Hells Angels. Her name was Lily Carter, a quiet girl from a small town in Oregon. Her mother, Emily, worked double shifts at the diner just to keep the lights on. Lily's father had left years ago, but his absence wasn't what broke her. It was the man her mom had trusted after him, a bitter, mean alcoholic named Rick Dalton. Rick didn't like being called stepdad. He said it made him sound soft. What he liked was control, slamming doors, shouting, and drinking himself into fury when dinner wasn't on time. Emily tried to protect Lily, but she was too scared, too cornered. And when Rick raised his hand one night, Lily stepped in front of her mom, and took the hit herself. That's how the black eye happened. The next morning, Emily told her to wear sunglasses to school, to avoid questions. But children notice everything, and Lily's quietness drew whispers. When one of the boys teased her, calling her trash girl, she snapped. She ran out of the schoolyard, tears burning down her bruised cheek, and that's when she made the video. It wasn't for attention. It wasn't even for help. She just wanted to feel safe. She just wanted a dad. Across town, in a dimly lit garage, 27 Harley engines were cooling after a long ride. The men who sat around the table were not the kind you looked in the eye, the Hells Angels Oregon chapter. Tattoos, scars, leather vests. Their leader, a gray-bearded man named Mitch Bear Lawson, was scrolling through his phone when he found the video. He watched it twice, then again, and then he said softly, "That's enough to break your damn heart." The other bikers gathered around, silent for once. Bear stood up, his jaw tightening. "Boys," he said, "tomorrow, we ride, not for business, not for vengeance. We ride for a little girl named Lily." The next morning, the town woke to the sound of thunder, not from the sky, but from 27 roaring engines. The ground shook, windows rattled, and outside the school gates, where Lily usually walked alone, the line of Harleys came to a stop. The teachers froze. Kids stared. The principal nearly dropped her clipboard. And in the middle of it all, Lily stepped out of her classroom, eyes wide. Bear dismounted, his heavy boots crunching on gravel. He knelt in front of her, his leather jacket creaking. "You the one who asked for a dad, sweetheart?" Lily nodded, trembling. "Well," Bear said, smiling gently, "you just got 27 of him." That afternoon, no one dared laugh at Lily. No one whispered. The girl with the black eye now had an entire army behind her, one that showed up every day. They fixed her mom's car, escorted her to school, and made sure Rick Dalton never came within a mile of her again. Rick did try once. Came swaggering out of a bar, yelling about his house and his woman. But when 27 Harleys rolled up his street, the man dropped his beer, stumbled inside, and was never seen again. The bikers didn't lay a hand on him. They didn't need to. Their silence was enough. But it wasn't all easy after that. Emily, still shaken, struggled to believe that anyone, even these rough, tattooed men, could care without wanting something back. She didn't trust kindness. She'd forgotten what it looked like. One night, Bear came by the diner. He ordered coffee, sat quietly, and then said, "Ma'am, we don't want trouble. We just want your little girl to grow up believing there's good men in the world. That's all." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. For the first time in years, someone said exactly what she needed to hear. From that night on, the Hells Angels became part of their lives, family, not by blood, but by loyalty. Months passed. The bruise faded, but Lily's courage grew. She began smiling again, laughing louder, even dreaming about the future. The school kids who once teased her now asked for autographs on their notebooks, calling her Biker Princess. And every Father's Day, she made 27 cards, one for each of her dads. When her story finally hit the evening news, a reporter asked her what it felt like to have so many fathers. Lily thought for a moment, then smiled. It feels like having angels, she said. Years later, that video, the one that started it all, was shown again at a charity ride organized by the Hells Angels for abused children. Lily, now 17, stood on stage wearing a leather vest with her name stitched on the back. Lily, Angel's daughter. Her voice cracked as she spoke. I used to think being strong meant fighting alone. But these men taught me that real strength is when people stand with you. They showed me that love can look rough on the outside but still be pure on the inside. Behind her, Bear wiped a tear from his beard. The crowd cheered, engines roared, and for a moment, the world didn't seem so cruel anymore. Because one scared little girl had found the courage to ask for help. And 27 Hells Angels had answered her call. And that, they say, is how the loudest hearts wear leather, and the quietest cries can move mountains.